A good late afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Sage here. You're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the last show of the day, the last trade, wherein we'll discover all the latest market action from the local bourse and beyond, along with more insights impacting the market. So let's get started. And well, uncertainty surrounding the Omicron variant of COVID-19 is now giving many of the newbie investors their first real taste of share price volatility. The ASX 200 ended lower today, dropping 20.1 points or 0.28%. And the index has lost 2.21% for the last 5 days, but has gained 9.85% over the last year to date. Sectors were mixed. 8 of 11 sectors traded lower today. Materials was the best performing sector, gaining 0.6% and 0.8% for the past 5 days. Let's now take a look at the top gainers and losers of the day. Material sectors ruled the gainers list today. It was headed by South 32. That was up over 4%. Xero was at the second position, up 3.1%. Other gainers today were Lynas Rare Earths and IRES. Oz Minerals also was part of the list. Its stock up by over 2% after the company established a farm-in joint venture with Minotaur Exploration over Minotaur's extensive exploration tenement group at the Peak and Denison project in South Australia. On the other side, the top laggard of the day was GUD. It was followed by Pro Medicus and IDP Education. Other stocks in the red zone today were Chalice Mining and AMP. Let's move on now and shift the focus onto the stocks that interested investors today. And shares of GrainCorp traded in the green today after the Australian Bureau of Agricultural and Resource Economics and Sciences Corp reported upgraded estimates for a record winter grains crop. The winter crop for the East Coast will hit a near record 29.1 million tonnes. Great news for grain handlers like GrainCorp. And the fruit and vegetable grower Costa Group's share price plummeted by more than 3% today, and it is now trading at 15-month lows. This might have been propelled by the latest COVID variant, which has extended international border lockdowns, and the lack of cheap labour, which blighted the company's results last year. GUD Holdings raised 170 million Australian dollars from existing and new institutional shareholders and 120 million through an institutional placement overnight. And the company has plans to buy Auto Pacific Group from a private equity group for 745 million Australian dollars in cash and scrip. Today, GUD shares fell by 9%. And Liontown Resources, one of ASX's lithium sector's hottest stocks, has gone into a trading halt. The company is planning a capital raising of as much as 450 million Australian dollars. The cancer imaging biotech telix has been granted permission to use its prostate cancer product in Brazil. The imaging tool in discussion here is known as eliusx. It's just 3 weeks until the US Food and Drug Administration will make a call on whether it will approve eliusx for use in the United States, which telix is hoping will be its biggest market. Today, shares traded in the red zone. And now that we know what the stance is at the local bourse, let us move on to the Asian and global markets. And most Asian stocks rose today as traders weighed the Federal Reserve's signal of stepped-up efforts to fight inflation risks and official optimism about China's outlook, as Vice Premier Liu He said he's fully confident about the Chinese economy next year. And MSCI's Asia-Pacific share index rose about 1%. Japan's Topix index added 0.3%. South Korea's Kospi index rose 1.7%, and Hong Kong's Hang Seng index climbed 1.6%. Now let's move on to some economic updates from Australia. And Australia witnessed a quarter-on-quarter drop in GDP in the third quarter. Australian GDP fell 1.9% in the September quarter 2021 and was up 3.9% through the year, as per data released by the Australian Bureau of Statistics today. Domestic demand drove the fall, with prolonged lockdowns across New South Wales, Victoria and the ACT, resulting in a substantial decline in household spending. For the next quarter, the Omicron variant's potential to reintroduce lockdowns can be a risky affair. And besides that, smaller states, including Western Australia and Queensland, are still yet to fully reopen their state borders. Let's now take a quick look at the buzzing crypto market's performance. The global crypto market capitalisation surged by over 1% over the last few hours to stand at $2.65 trillion. Bitcoin's currently trading at $57,216 10 cents, which saw a fall in its market dominance by about 0.72% over the last day to stand at 40.86%. And as for the other major cryptos, Ethereum surged by 5.17%, Binance Coin rose by around 1%, and additionally Solana rose by 3.34%. Cardano fell by 2%, and Avalanche surged by 3.65%. And as the global markets fell last week on news of the new Omicron coronavirus variant, one cryptocurrency with the same name soared after the Greek letter entered the investor lexicon. The price of the obscure digital token, whose Twitter feed has little over 1,000 followers, rose almost tenfold from Friday to Monday morning. From the Squid Game to Dogecoin, minor cryptocurrencies seem to have benefited lately from links to memes or web culture, recording rapid booms and busts, while more mainstream names such as Bitcoin soar in popularity. And thank you for your company on that report, but that's all in the last trade today. We'll be back tomorrow with the morning outlook as close as possible to 9:30am Sydney time. So please keep watching Kalkine TV till then for more market updates and live expert talks. Sage signing off for now.